Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to the garden. Today's video is a kind of fun one. I was contacted recently by the marketing folks at Acurite. They make kind of all kinds of different sensors that you might need, you know, temperature gauges, humidity gauges, things like soil moisture monitors and soil temperature gauges and all kinds of fun things. I know they specialize in gauges beyond just the garden, but there were tons of stuff that I could use for the garden, and they reached out and wondered if I would like to tell you guys about some of them, give them a go. So for the sake of total transparency, as always, they did send me these items, but I am not getting paid. These are my actual real opinions because that, you know, that matters to me. So just clearing that up. Getting right into this, if you've been following along in the updates in the hoop house, you know that I have a mold problem. Pretty much all of the scented stock plants are gone because of the high heat and the high humidity that, you know, I've been getting this year in the hoop house. When they did reach out to me, I knew exactly what I wanted to monitor. One of the things I wanted to monitor was the heat and humidity in the hoop house remotely. You know, especially when I'm at work or if I'm traveling or even if I'm just inside taking a nap and the sun pops out. It really is helpful for me to know when that humidity is getting too high and when I need to go outside or get home and open up the hoop house so it can be vented. What I'm going to be showing you guys today is this remote monitoring temperature and humidity sensor from Acurite. First thing I needed to set this up is something called the Acurite Access for Remote Monitoring. I think these are compatible with things like Alexa. I don't have one of those, but needless to say, they do have, of course, an app which I will be connecting to. Basically, this is just a little box that communicates with your garden sensor. It is able to pick up your readings from your sensor. I think you can have up to 7 different sensors. I did order something else, which I will show you guys in a later video. I haven't got it completely set up yet, but I'm really excited to show you guys that too. Anyway, all I had to do was open it up and put 3 AA batteries in the bottom. These are just backup batteries in the event that the power goes out. And it has a power pack, obviously, and an Ethernet cord. The thing about this, it does have to plug in via an Ethernet cord, not wirelessly. So I'll admit I was a little worried I would have enough Ethernet plugs. Luckily, I had one more left. Now, if you are interested in checking some of this stuff out, I have put my affiliate link code in the description below if you want to click on that and check some stuff out. It is important to note that the Access and all of the different monitors, most of them have to be purchased separately. I think there's some, you know, certain bundles, but you do kind of have to do a little mix and match when you're figuring out what goes with what. Anyway, after I have plugged in this Access, there's just a little blinking blue light, and all I have to do is wait till that turns solid blue. So wait until that stops blinking. To get the garden sensor, the outdoor garden sensor ready, again, all I had to do, I think this one took 2 AA batteries. Ideally, these batteries, I should mention, should be lithium. I just had some regular old cheap batteries. I just put those in. When it comes time to replace those, I will get some lithium batteries. I think it'll be really interesting to see how long the battery life is on these. After that, I went out to the hoop house and just put it out there, sat it on top of a bucket. I might end up tying it later, tying it to something through this loop. I'm not quite sure. I'll figure it out as I go, like always. Main thing, you want to make sure, I think it was 330 feet away from the little Access device. I had no problem keeping it within those parameters because, let's face it, my yard is teeny tiny. After that light has turned blue on our Access, all I did was I downloaded the My Acurite app and I made an account. And once I got to the account, my sensors were already there and I just clicked Add Sensor, and that's pretty much it. Initially, I was a little bit worried because it came up and it said not available, and I was just like, oh geez, I am, you know, technology is not my thing. That I kind of read around online, and then I checked back on it and it was online. All the data was there. I think maybe it just needed a few minutes to kind of get everything going. So after that, once I was in the app, I was actually able to set an alarm to tell me when the humidity in the hoop house is going too high. I think you get an email, and I think you can also get one of the, you know, push notifications on your phone. I set my humidity alarm at 65%. This is just kind of a guess because I'm learning. I think this actually is important because, you know, I feel so much like my mold issue, that could have been avoided. All the work you've put in with buying the seeds and starting them and planting them, and losses like that, they're, you know, overall, I'm so excited to keep you guys up to date with what is actually going on in the hoop house now that we can have a firmer understanding of, you know, the temperature ranges. So many questions like, how does the plastic actually affect the temperature in the hoop house? You know, what zone equivalent is the hoop house? How warm is it on the coldest of days? And I don't have answers to those. I'm so looking forward to having a better understanding of the actual conditions within the polytunnel, especially hopefully in the future we'll expand and continue to grow and maybe even get a real polytunnel one of these days. Overall, I am really, really pleased with how easy this was to set up. I am not a tech savvy person at all. The instructions, super simple. Most of them I think were less than 10 steps to set this stuff up. I was really pleased with how easily the products connected to the app. I have tons of stuff connected to apps on my phone, and I know they can be a real pain in the butt sometimes, but this one seemed to work really, really well. I definitely have the tendency to like geek out about weather stuff. I took a meteorology course back in college, and I got a B+ in it. I got a 92.9, and the teacher refused to round it up because it wasn't a 93. I'm still bitter about it, can you tell? Anyway, this is just a fun excuse for me to geek out about weather and all kinds of stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me all about your experiences, you know, keeping your own weather, measuring your own weather, tracking your own weather in your garden. Do you have any fun gadgets that you recommend to me? I would love to hear all about it in the comments. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I'd absolutely love to have you. I'm making new content all the time. Most of it's about gardening, but it could be random DIY projects. You never know what you're gonna get. Tell your friends, share the video, anything really to help. We're trying to grow the channel. I hope that y'all are having such an amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.